Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome back to my channel. Yes, I have been remiss. I have not posted a video in a couple of months, I think. Yeah. Even though one of my New Year's resolutions was to post 2 videos every month, guess what happened? I got a job really fast. A lot faster than I was anticipating. So I was already working by the middle of February. So really exciting. I'm actually working as a therapist now, which is really, really cool. I have my associate's number and everything. Like, it all just happened and fell into place. So I am currently in my 3rd month at my new job and loving it and really excited. And it's taking up a lot of my time, which is, I got an itch, essentially the point of this video. So one of the first videos I posted, or last videos I posted, one of my New Year's videos was how I want to get my life together in 2023. One of the things I really wanted to do was track my time for the first week of every quarter to see how I'm, clearly it's been a while since I filmed a YouTube video, to see how I'm spending my time as accurately as possible. So week 1, the first week 1, quarter 1, I did January 1 through 7, which I believe was a Sunday through a Saturday. And I just kind of stuck with the dates. So this time I did April 1 through April 7, which was a Saturday through a Friday. I just watched the video from quarter 1. So from the first week of January, just to jot down what my predictions / my goals were for quarter 2. And the first one I wrote down was that my sleep will be lower. We'll see if that actually happened. I think I predicted that because I just thought with not working at the time during quarter 1, week 1, quarter 1, I was just sleeping more because I didn't have to be awake to go to work. So I can't remember, I don't have the chart from the first week of April in front of me, but we'll see if I did get less sleep. My next prediction was that my acting pursuits, that kind of category, would be significantly lower, if not 0. And I'm pretty sure that one was accurate because I was not doing any acting during the first week of the quarter. I said I would like Tyler time to be more, although I think it was 15 hours. That's not, it seemed like it was okay, but it would be nice if it were more. If I'm recalling, and we're about to see, I think it tracked less. However, I know that it was more because I did track time that was like family friend connection while Tyler was with me. But I'll explain that a little bit later. I wanted to have a total of 7 to 10 hours of visual media consumption. And just to recap, visual media consumption is watching YouTube, watching any sort of TV show on streaming, watching movies, things like that. So separate from social media consumption. Then my next goal was that reading, or no, this wasn't a goal, this was a prediction, that reading would be less than 10 hours. I think it was more. I think I read more while working than I did when not working, but I'm about to be corrected, possibly. And I also wanted writing to be higher than the 1.5 hours it was, and I know that it was 0. I hit a writing slump like, whoa. And then I started working and it's just not been a priority. And then the next goal I mentioned was just wanting learning French to be higher. Then it was a total of hour 21 minutes. I actually ended up changing that category in the app to language learning because I started learning Greek, and then I started recently again revisiting Spanish because a lot of my clients, parents, are Spanish speaking only, and it would be really, really cool if I could just confirm an appointment in Spanish. That's kind of my goal. Okay, I'm going to record my phone screen and we're gonna see how I did in terms of my goals. So here we are, we're looking at the range from April 1. Oh, I should move, huh? looking at April 1 through 7, so first week of quarter 2, and sleep. So 58 hours. Oh, you know what I should do? I should actually pull up the screenshot of the other one so I can compare. Okay, so here is the screenshot from quarter 1, and my sleep was 59 hours, 21 minutes, 58 hours, 16 minutes. It was lower, but by a hair. I mean, barely. That's actually really nice to see that I'm still getting a really good amount of sleep. And my daily average was still over 8 hours. That's fantastic. The next interesting thing, so quarter 1, the thing that I spent the second most amount of time doing during the week was acting pursuits. It was about 20 hours. And this was 41 hours, 41 and a half hours. I mean, I work full time now. So that's pretty accurate. But yeah, 40 hours, full-time job, and acting pursuits are nowhere to be found here in quarter 2. But I predicted that. Okay, visual media consumption was higher? What? Guys, why? Oh my God. My daily average was 2.5 hours. How? I don't understand that. That is like 10 hours more than I wanted to spend during that week. But I didn't remember, I didn't watch the video before I went into the week. I didn't like even think about it. I just was like, I'm just gonna track my time, which I guess is good because the video didn't influence me. But wow. The other thing I'll point out while I'm looking at this is the last time I tracked my time, I only tracked about 130 something hours, and this time it's a lot closer to actually how many hours there are in a week, which is 168. I tracked 160 hours, so I was a lot more on it this time. I don't really know why. I don't know what the difference was. It might just be because, and we'll get to reading, I guess, because reading was a little bit more. But I was pretty much listening to an audiobook whenever I was getting ready, when a lot more often. But I don't know, I guess if I look at it, so that was 10 hours of reading, and this was 9 hours, 46 minutes of reading, so not actually a huge difference. So I don't know, I guess I was just better about tracking my time. You'll also notice I tracked driving time in this most recent week when I had intended to do it during quarter 1 and I didn't. But anyway, we'll get to that. So yeah, visual media consumption was more. One thing that might contribute to that is that I wasn't in rehearsals. So on my weekday evenings, I wasn't going to rehearsal, so I was home. And if I'm home and I'm just chilling out, I'm probably watching something. But still, that's a lot. That's like almost a part-time job's worth of watching stuff. So that's like more than 10% of that time. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Well, I feel bad about that. I don't like that. Tyler time. So yes, Tyler time was lower, like I mentioned. However, family friend connection, almost 9 hours. And a huge chunk of that time, Tyler was with me because Tyler and I and our couple friends, Aaron and Andrea, went to go see John Wick. And so we had breakfast together, and then John Wick is a 3-hour-long movie. So we were all just like watching it together. So yes. And I mentioned this in the first video I did, where this app, which is ATracker, by the way, you can't track multiple things at once. So if I was watching a movie with Tyler or with my friends, that counted more towards like connecting time than just watching something by myself. But yeah, so Tyler time was less, but not really at the same time. It was actually more. Reading, I just mentioned, pretty much the same. I did think it was gonna be less with a job, but I have been in the habit of right when I wake up, the first thing I do is I read. I've been reading so much. I love it. But I think I've passed my goal of reading 20 books in a year, I think. I don't have it off the top of my head, but I've read a lot over the last few months. Family Friend Connection, we mentioned that it was more, what did I do? Oh, you know what I think it was? I think this was also a week that I caught up with Rachel too. So, my friend who lives in on the East Coast, and we did probably like a 3-hour chat. Exercise was more, 4 hours compared to 3.5. Okay. I'm okay with that. I have started going back to 24-hour fitness. I am taking a break from cycle for a little bit. I actually switched to working with a personal trainer just very temporarily, just to kind of get over what he called gym intimidation, which I think is a fantastic phrase. I don't know if he came up with it, but I really like that, because that's what I was struggling with was, wow, I have not been in a gym like this in a really long time. I don't know what to do with all this stuff. Or like I need to be reminded that I do know what to do, but I'm not confident in myself. So he was helping me with that. So yeah, I spent 4 hours at the gym and probably also running. I think I went for a run. And then I added a category, consuming theater. Yeah, this is going to take in theater, which is different from visual media consumption. I will have you know, I'm not staring at a screen. I could have also put this as Tyler time, because I definitely saw that with Tyler, but I didn't. I wanted it to be its own thing for some reason. So that was not a category during Q1, and I just made it a category for Q2. And then I mentioned how I did track driving. I only tracked driving if I wasn't doing anything at the same time. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. I wanted to see how much time am I spending driving in my car and don't feel the need to also be doing something else. Like I just want to be alone with my thoughts and just driving, and that I did an hour of that. That's kind of cool, just focusing on driving. I don't know. It was really rainy. I think it was really, really rainy this week, and I think there was a drive that was really long and really scary on my way home from work because it was pouring rain and the visibility was really bad and it was dark. So I don't think I was listening to anything because I did not want to be distracted. Okay, housework was an hour. What was it last time? Hour 13. Again, just like with last time, I think if I was doing something else, I was probably listening to an audiobook. And I think I also put in grocery shopping under housework. I don't know if I did that during Q1, but I definitely did it for this one because it's doing work for the household. So part of that was grocery shopping. Meal prep, under an hour. I can't remember because right now, I should actually say what date it is. It's April 15th. So we're a week after I tracked all of this. So meal prep, I have still been doing meal prep pretty much every Sunday. I think the only Sunday I didn't do any was the Sunday I ran the San Diego half marathon, and I just didn't want to move the rest of the day, so I think that's okay. I think I ended up doing meal prep during the week, that week. But yeah, I've gotten just really efficient with my meal prep, and also I haven't been prepping like a crap ton of food on Sundays because I think I noticed the mistake I was making initially was making too much. Like it's literally just me here, you know? I don't know. I don't know. It's just me. So I'm not making as much food, and I'm more okay if I run out of what I prepped by Thursday, Friday, because I can scrounge for something at home. And then like I said, I changed to learning French to learning a language. I only spent 35 minutes doing that, which is a lot less time than I wanted, but you know, it comes and goes, right? And then writing was not on here at all. And social media was down 19% or 19 minutes. Okay, so my visual, yeah, 2.5 hours visual media consumption daily average. We gotta get that down. Okay, let's go back to my goals. Yeah, I wanted learning French to be a lot higher and it was a lot lower. I wanted writing to be higher and it was 0. Reading was great. What's different? The major thing, I'm working full time, which is fan-freaking-tastic. I love that I'm working. It is so great. I'm so excited by it. I feel like I'm actually contributing to society in a meaningful way. It's fantastic. Acting, I'm not doing. I didn't get into the show that I had the callback for during week 1, quarter 1, but turned out okay. I'm actually really glad I'm not in a show right now. I don't know. It's been nice to become accustomed to this, to going from working like 0 hours in a week to working 40 hours a week was a really big adjustment for me. And to not have to be doing a show while I'm making that adjustment has actually been a blessing in disguise. So no acting pursuits. I don't know if I'll be in another show this year, which is okay. I have to keep reminding myself. I feel like I've reminded myself so many times over this video and the last video I filmed about this that I already fulfilled my acting goal for 2023. I wanted to be in 1 production. I was in 1 production and there we go. And my focus right now is getting into the groove of work and figuring my life out. Like, I'm gonna be going back to school in the fall for my doctorate and I'm enjoying this time of not being in school and just working. Like, that's all I have to do is work. And the other thing I've been focusing on is trying to decide when I'm gonna move out of this apartment, which turned into if I'm gonna move out of this apartment to I'm not gonna move out of this apartment. And into redecorating this apartment. So that's kind of been my fun thing I've been focusing on. Like, I would much rather spend any extra little bit of money I have during the month on redecorating my space rather than locking myself into a lease, spending, like, y'all, rent in San Diego is ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And I'm already, my rent right now is just shy of 1/3 of my income, and I don't want to spend more than 1/3 of my income on my housing. So I'm gonna deal with the little annoying things about my apartment. I'm gonna use the extra money I have to make my apartment a place that I'm more excited to live in. So you might actually notice I am filming in front of my marble tapestry, which I haven't done in a really long time because my bed is now in a different space. I rearranged my room, very much a teenage Heather thing to do, but I was reminded of why I used to rearrange my room all the time when I was a teenager, because it's so fun and it makes me feel like a new person. And I'm getting so off topic. Holy cow. I'm basically explaining why it is okay that how I'm spending my time looks a little bit different. There was no content creation. That was another thing I just remembered. I spent 3 hours on content creation during week 1, quarter 1, and I spent 0 on that in quarter 2. So I'm doing it now. That's good. So how do we move forward, right? Let's come up with some predictions for the first week of quarter 3. So that will be July. And right? Yes, the first week of July, I am predicting I will still not be in a show. So it'll still be 0 for acting pursuits. I'm thinking reading is probably gonna be about the same. Let's call it 10 hours in a week. Work will be the same. I'm guessing sleep's gonna be the same because this is just my schedule. So what I want there to be some content creation happening. Whether that is content creation, like the actual category, making YouTube videos, or being back into like the writing realm. I want to be doing something creative. That's what I've been missing during this past week that I tracked. I wasn't really doing anything creative. There it is. I found it. By just talking my way through it, I found it. I want to be doing something creative that first week of July. I just realized though, work is actually going to be less because I have the day off for 4th of July. So work will be less, which means that maybe something else can be more. So yeah, okay. That I'm gonna end the content portion of this video here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you think it's kind of interesting to see how I'm tracking my time. When I was watching my old from quarter one, I actually thought it was just kind of interesting to go back and rewatch that. So if you're interested, make sure you watch that video so you can see how things have changed. And yeah, subscribe if you want to. Though clearly I'm the most inconsistent YouTuber on the platform. So crown me with that title. But yeah, I'm just gonna ramble a little bit about what I want to be making YouTube videos about. So if you're interested in that, stick around for a couple minutes. Like I said, I'm redecorating my apartment. I've already kind of started without you all. I rearranged my room last weekend and I've been on Amazon a lot, and I know that's not the most ethical place. It might be one of the least ethical places to be purchasing things, but I am trying to be very intentional with what I am purchasing. But still, I know it's gray area in terms of moral spending, but here we go. I am not going to claim to be the most moral person, most ethical person on the planet. But yes, I've been spending a lot of time on Amazon just trying to find solutions to some of my apartment problems, because that's just been helping me come to terms with not moving out of this apartment like I've wanted to for so long. So I think I'm going to take you along in just some of the little updates I'm going to be making to my apartment. So maybe sort of a studio apartment organization, making the most of your tiny apartment kinds of videos, where I was originally around this time going to be filming moving vlogs, pack with me, clean my empty apartment. Like no, that's not going to be happening for a little while, and I'm actually okay with it. I did go through a little bit of a process to be okay with it, but I'm okay with that, and I'm excited for my plans for this apartment. So I'm hoping to actually film those, because really every time I talk about how I'm not making enough videos, I remind myself it's not about sitting down and filming it. That's not the hard part. It's editing it, finding the time to edit. That's the hard part. So I'm really hoping I can actually get this video edited within a week of me filming it. That would be fantastic. I'm just doing a quick time check because Tyler's going to be picking me up in about 30 minutes because we're going to take in some theater tonight. That's so funny. That's what I say to my clients. I'm just doing a quick time check. I'm not bored. Just making sure we don't go over in time. Okay, now I'm gonna stop talking. This has been a shit show of a video because I'm so out of the habit of filming, but that's okay, because like 70 of you are gonna watch this, and you are all so wonderful and so nice to me and so forgiving of my blubbering over my words. So I'm gonna literally stop talking right now. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which I promise will be within 3 weeks of posting this one. Hold me to it. Yell at me. Okay. All right. Bye, y'all.